Best of traditional wedding. Gbogbo lólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ ń retí rẹ̀ lèyí. Best of traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi many gives away. Best of traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó tọ́ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò lẹ́tọ̀ traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́.
Bóyá gbígbẹ́.
Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó ń kọ́ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó ń fúnni lóye. Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó ń fúnni lóye. Best of
Traditional weddings. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Mo kára lé, mo kí ọ̀nà, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí. Lórí ètò láwa, ẹ̀yin wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà tó wá mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Meettheroyals. Àwọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí kó tó di pé aṣọ ń kó wọn. Ṣé ìpò yẹ kájúbà ọba kọ́dá ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba àná, ọba ìní, ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése, ẹlẹ́rùrí ìkẹ́, ọba tó tó nípa tó kọ̀ tí ò pani tó ṣe pé ṣe ló ń pani mọ́. Ọlọ́run àná, ọlọ́run ìní, ọlọ́run títí ayérayé kọrin kése, ọba tó pa wá mọ́ ní ọ̀pá tí àlọ́ lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá adágbére fún, a ní à ń lọ kábọ̀. Ó tún jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe fún èmi àti yín lénìí láti débi láyé láàyè àti láyé rere. Ṣé ìpá wà rohun fáyọ̀ bí òṣọpẹ́ ògo ìyìn ọlá ní forúkọ rẹ olúwa ẹgbọ́pẹ́ kẹgbà yín wa. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ẹni bí ẹni èèyàn bí èèyàn, àwọn èjìká tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ẹ̀wò jábọ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí, pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess, níbi tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tí ọmọ ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tọkọ ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni. Ohunkóhun tẹ́ bá fẹ́ fi ṣayẹyẹ ẹ kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ Jẹlẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess. Kò sí ohun tẹ́ fẹ́ fi ṣayẹyẹ tí ẹ ò rí ń bẹ̀. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lazel Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue tí wọ́n ti máa ń taṣọ tí wọ́n rán sílẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue láti mílẹ̀ jáde lẹ́ni. Iléeṣẹ́ Royal Vogue iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná wọ́n yá máa ròkè o. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global ní Ṣàgámù Lógùn State. Wọ́n báyàn káralẹ̀, wọ́n báyàn kọ́lé. Kódà tó bá fẹ́ àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n fẹ́ bá yín kọ́lé tí kì í ṣe àwọn alágbèédá, tí kì í ṣe àwọn tó máa kọ́lé tán, tíjọba máa ní kó wá wólulẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global ní kẹ́ kàn sí. Iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global wọ́n tún máa ń ta block àtọ̀hún tó bá fẹ́ fi kọ́lé. Ẹ ṣeun iléeṣẹ́ First Rate Global, iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná ọwọ́ yẹn á máa ròkè o. Mo tún fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine. Wọ́n gbá ayẹyẹ sórí magazine, bóyá kẹ̀sì ẹ̀fẹ́ yàwòrán ni ẹ kàn sí wọn. Iléeṣẹ́ Celebration International Magazine, iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná owó yẹn á máa ròkè. Mo tún fàsìkò dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹni bí èèyàn tí wọ́n máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò yìí lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀, pàápàá jùlọ my personal person, ìyàwó bàbá. Ẹ máa kó àdúró tì. Àwọn náà kọ́kọ́ gborí wọlé lẹ́ni. Ẹ ṣeun ìyàwó bàbá, a máa rí yín bá ẹ kú gbogbo gbà. Ẹ ṣeun. Àti gbogbo àwọn ẹni bí ẹni tí wọ́n kù, èèyàn bí èèyàn tí wọ́n máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò yìí. Ẹ ṣeun. Wọ́n ní gèlè gẹ́gẹ́, ó gẹ́gẹ́ dákú bí àṣà ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan. Ẹ ṣeun. God bless you. A tún fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí dákun bẹ̀ wá, please. You know I always plead every month, every week, every day I come on this show that you should do me a favor by sharing the show. Please, people, share the show. Let people be aware that Ètò Ìgbéyàwó has started. Ètò Ìgbéyàwó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. And please do me a favor, remind people as well. There's a lot of people that will probably be here, but they are busy. They've forgotten that it is already 6 o'clock. Please remind them that the show has started. Thank you, everybody, and I appreciate you so much. Today is going to be an amazing time, and we're going to enjoy today's episode together. Kó tó di pé a gbé àkórí ètò wa tèmi jáde. Kó yẹ ká lọ gbé orin wa wọlé. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn, ètò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. This one, everybody will now turn up last minute and be saying, I won't find no fool. So far, God is dragging us. Please remind people that the show has started. A lot of people normally come late. They will not be saying, so far, God now. They will not be saying, please do what do you call it? Abala Kinikish. Everybody want us to stay back. Well, please, people, let's join today's show. Today's show is about to start, and we're going to start with our music. This one is a special one. I don't know. This music is funny, but I like it. Let's just play it because today is about Owambe vibes anyway. So what we're going to be talking about today is about Owambe vibes, and I think it would be nice for us to start with this nice music that is trending. It's trending. Let's do it.
Amonda,
Eh,
Aji,
eh,
Mafisi, Abalon, one on one, Mama Shakosimo, Mafisi, Abalon, Mafisi, Abalon,
thank you, Yahoo Baba. I love you so much.
Abalon, Mafisi, Abalon, Mama Shakosimo, and Mafisi, Abalon, Mafisi, Abalon, Mafisi, Abalon, Mafisi, Abalon.
Yahoo Baba, I love you so much. Thank you, Jenny, for sharing on Facebook. Hey, Oshe, come on.
Mafisi Abalon,
Oshe,
one on one.
hey,
Mo
see
ma
what
puka wọn.
I- eh,
Mo dẹ̀ ti lè ṣàkóso wọn.
ó yá, jẹ́ ká ṣàkọsí wọn. Máa fi ṣe àpamọ́.
Sí Abalon, Mafisi Abalon, sí Abalon, Mafisi Abalon. Mo ma ṣàkóso
Ó
wọn.
yá,
Mafisi
ṣe àpamọ́.
Mafisi Abalon, ṣe kọ́ wọn. Mafisi
Ṣe
Abalon.
àpamọ́.
Ẹ jẹ́
Sí
kọ́ wọn
mo
gbọ́.
ra.
Mafisi Abalon.
Ìgárá. Thank you so much, everybody. That was coming from the amazing Ishemi. I just don't know why that song kept on coming in my brain. I'm like, Shebi got a first learning. Shebi ni power and ben on. Now let's bring it on board. Let's do that. Oh, I'm there. So when you say we have power, hey, power. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. It's gonna be a great evening tonight. Thank you so much for those of us that have already shared the show. Please, as I said to us on this show, I come to a disclaimer again that I didn't come here to impose my knowledge on people or to say, oh, I mean, I'm always here every week to learn something new, to also share from your wealth of knowledge. And obviously, there's absolutely nothing I can do by myself on this show without you guys. So I want to say to you that I really absolutely appreciate you. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And please share the show again. I'm going to just remind us one more time that we should share the show. Thank you, Alaga Lady B Chanta. Oh, my beautiful sister, all the way from Ibadan. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Mommy Ayodele. What is it to be out without Mommy Ayodele? It's not complete. We appreciate you, Mom. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everybody. And please remind people that the show has started. Okay, we've just had a very beautiful song to open the show. I mean that song, Mafisi Apawo, the only place you want be. But before I go further tonight to discuss our topic, I just want to remind us again, everybody, I am still in the campaign to donate these books to as many secondary schools as possible. We want to get to every part of Nigeria. Some people have volunteered to donate to schools in Kaduna. We really appreciate them. Thank you so much, Mr. Minor, for volunteering to do that. Some people have started to also volunteer donate in Gombe State. I have some people that already donated in Ogun State, in Lagos State, please, and then in Osun State. Please, if you know anyone that can help us to donate these books to school, or you want to nominate any school that you want us to donate to, please do me a favor, contact us. We've printed them and that's what we're doing, and I really appreciate if you know anyone that can help us take this to schools. We're just campaigning so that our beautiful traditional wedding heritage that is fast disappearing is not going to disappear, so that people can learn the right thing about our traditional marriage. So thank you, everybody. God bless you. Okay, let's go to today's topic. I don't know if any one of us have seen today's topic. Today's topic is talking about the I will call it the evolution of Nigerian traditional wedding attires. Nigerian traditional wedding attires, especially the ones that are worn by couples. It says from modesty to bold statement, the changing face of Nigerian traditional wedding fashion. That's what we're looking at. Oh, mommy, look, oh, thank you so much, ma. Mommy, wow, beautiful. This headgear is serious. Yeah, so I want to encourage us that sometimes we need to normalize that. We need to normalize extra. Make it extra, make it normal. Thank you so much, man. As I said, we're talking about the Nigerian traditional wedding fashion. Nigerian traditional wedding fashion, the changing in the face of Nigerian traditional wedding fashion, how it has evolved over the years from modesty to bold statement to whatever we're going to be talking about tonight. And I'm going to be starting as usual by asking us a question. Question took me Milan. Somebody still called me yesterday, and the person was asking me, what happened? Why did you stop speaking pure Yoruba on your show? And I said to them, because it's a Nigerian traditional marriage that we're talking about, and not just Yoruba traditional marriage. And because I live in the UK, I have a lot of non-Nigerian audience that watch my show. They've messaged me and say, why can't we understand what you're saying? You bring beautiful topics up, but we can't contribute because you speak basically English Yoruba all the time. That's why, I would have loved to continue Yoruba, but we know that we also do weddings for non-Nigerians as well. We do weddings for Caucasians, and I have been told that people do share this show to intending couples or couples who are preparing for their traditional marriage to learn something. If we discuss about something and they ask questions, somebody said, I will just send your show to them so that they will learn from it. So if we speak pure Yoruba, it's going to be difficult for them to understand. So that's why I'm just explaining this again to those that are curious and saying, why did we stop? Okay, let's go to our topic of today again. How the traditional wedding fashion has evolved over the years. Now, let me start by asking us, can people mention some of the things that we used to wear back in the days for traditional weddings? And then we're going to compare them to what they are today. If you know, please mention. Please don't let us restrict it to Yoruba alone. Let's make it, let's make it wide. I know that I'm a Yoruba person. I probably know more about Yoruba. We can start from Yoruba, you understand? That things that we used to wear back in the days. For example, what kind of outfits was common? What kind of outfits? Yeah, thank you, ma. What kind of outfit did we used to wear back in the days? That probably is still on today, and what has changed. These are the things we want to discuss. Even though I'm not going to lie to us, my focus is basically on the positivity of what we used to wear back in the days compared to today, and what has changed. Have they added value to our culture, or have they not added value to our culture? So let's start by talking about what we used to wear. Baba said, I will call it Ofi. Thank you, ma. Back in the days, there used to be loads of Ofi, and I think that is still on as well till today. Ofi, I don't think that thing can ever go out of fashion. For those of us who don't know what Ofi is, an example of Ofi is what I'm wearing on my head. It's just that because this one is black color, you probably would not notice it. What I'm wearing on my head is called Ofi. It's called Ashoki. Some people call it Ashoki. They call it Ofi. We have them all in different kinds of colors and designs. We have Sonya. We have Alari, we have Jawu. We all now have them in silk and different kinds of fabrics. So we all know that back in the days, Ofi was our traditional thing, especially the Yoruba people. Mommy Adelogun says Buba and Iro. That was the popular thing then back then. Mommy Joanna Olukon says Ofi, Adire, Buba and Iro, Agbada, Dashiki, and up and down. Thank you so much, ma. Now, talking about the fabrics and the styles. Back in the days, what we do is what we grew up to see, or what our fathers were wearing back in the days, were basically agbada and danshiki, and our mothers, what they dress up like Mommy Odile and the Mommy John Oluko has said, Buba and Iro. I don't know how many of us know what Buba and Iro is. Buba and Iro, and back in the day, it used to even be Oleku. Yeah. Jenny says it's Iro and Buba. Somebody said Ankara. Oleku. Yes. Oleku, man. Oleku. I don't know why people stop wearing. A lot of people don't wear that. And when we say Oleku, we're not now people do Oleku Buba, but they don't do the road to party to events, like that anymore. And Oleku Buba and Iro. I don't know how many of us saw my photo shoot for my 50th. Some of the photo shoots I had this Oleku with Ashofi, where the Iro is tied so short and modest still, and then the Buba is usually short up onto this place. That's what Oleku is. But thank you for joining us, says Becky Waremo. So back in the days, for our father, we used to wear Oleku, Ofi, Aron, all those kind of things was what we used to wear. And some of those things are still in existence. For example, Ofi is still so much in existence, and I don't think it can ever go out of fashion. I don't think that it can ever go out of fashion. I don't have any Igbo person on this show, and I don't have any Hausa person on this show. But in the olden days, I think the Igbo bride will wear stuff like George wrapper up and down, where they have two wrappers, and they wear stuff like red velvets and the hand woven wrappers back in the days for the Igbos, and they wear their coral beads, around their neck and their wrist. Some of them wear this very big what's called beads on their waist as well. Some Yoruba bride also wear that, and the groom will probably just wear like George wrapper or Isagu top. There's the thing called Isagu top. How many of us know that there's a particular top that the Igbos wear, and I think they still wear it up to today as well. And for the Hausas, they're so used to stuff like shada fabrics, Ankara, or they call something atamfa. The Hausas, they wear that, and their brides will usually be in nice long sleeve. Hausas are very modest. They don't show their body, and their men, they wear babariga, like jalabia kind of kaftan. That's what they used to wear. They used to have like this embroidery cap. Some of these things are still in vogue till today. People still wear them. But now, I just want to know what exactly has changed between that time and now. Most of these fabrics are in place, but let's talk about what has changed. Some of them, as I said, they're still being worn by people. But what has changed? What has changed between that time and now? Please, let's talk. I always love to hear from you. Somebody was telling me last week, said, stop with me. When you see us quiet, it's because we are waiting for you to teach us. No, am I supposed to be a teacher? I'm not a teacher. Me, I've come here to also learn. Me, I've also come here to learn. So, if not me, I'll just play music because I really want to hear from us. I don't want to be the only one talking. And please, people, I noticed that a lot of people come to this show very late now. Please remind people that the show has started. So it would be nice if you can have as many people here as possible from the beginning. Not when the show is about to end and people now start coming up. Yes, ma. Mommy Adele said nowadays we now have Ashebi girls and Ashebi boys as well. I think back in the days, I don't think I saw that happening back in the days where we have like lots of bridesmaids, and they are now tagged as Ashebi girls. We have a lot of groomsmen as well that are now called Ashebi boys. Back in the days, we've seen where bride would also just do a particular hairstyle, just to they probably just do a particular hairstyle. They may not even wear gele. Ìyàwó máa ń dirun láyé ìgbà yẹn náà, especially in Yoruba land. The brides will have nice beautiful hairstyle and they wear their outfits with it. But nowadays, do we still have those kind of hairstyles? Do we still have brides wearing oleku? Do we still have grooms? I think the grooms they still keep the culture of agbada and stuff, but the brides, mommy, yes. Yahoo Baba said, now our brides wear skinny dresses and off shoulders. Jenny said, corsets have taken over. In fact, this issue of corsets is one of the things that I don't know who brought that idea on board, but nowadays we see brides wearing corsets, and that thing can be so uncomfortable. You see them, they could barely kneel down, the clothes are so fitted, they are so tight, they can't even be free inside it. I'm just wondering, what is wrong in still wearing? Thank you for joining us, Adenike Boss Day Amode. Thank you for joining us, says Dapirufi. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the Nigerian wedding, the Nigerian traditional wedding fashion and how it has evolved from time till now. So we're talking about the clothes that we used to wear back in the days and what we are wearing now. We want to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of all these things. Now we've talked about the different kinds of fabrics that were available then, especially the Yoruba ones, say the ashoke, the ofi, the aron, and all of that. Now we talk about back in the days, the ladies will wear, the brides will wear oleku, probably oton abi kokoro aro ati buba. Àwọn ọkùnrin náà wọ́n wá gbádá buba àti ṣòkòtò. But nowadays we've seen that ladies now wear all different kinds of styles with their ashoke. Fine, it is still ashoke. Mostly it is still ashoke. We see few brides that don't wear ashoke, but we see a lot of brides that wear ashoke. When I was growing up, my mom used to keep, I don't know what has done with that fabric or those fabrics now. My mom's wedding accessories, the jewelries, the gold, the ashoke, the different ashoke that she used to change during her wedding. She was keeping them jealously in a special box called shuku. She will put them inside. Every year she will bring it out and dust it. And I remember that when we were in secondary school then, when we do cultural dance, we used to borrow her ashoke to go and do cultural dance. And she will warn us, Emma Jekoson, make sure you bring it back. They were so heavy, all those ashokes. They were so expensive. I don't even know whether she still has them up till now. That's how much they cherish me. Back in the days, the kind of clothes that our fathers and our mothers used to do their wedding, they leave it for their children and children's children to see. But nowadays, I'm not sure if that is happening again. It looks like nowadays a lot of people don't even bother to do that anymore. So I really don't know what is going on, but I know that definitely things have changed. Please pardon me. Things have changed. My button just came up. So we need to kind of compare what things are now compared to what things used to be back in the days. So pardon me, my button just came off. So I just want to also inquire of us, the value, our traditional wedding values, are they still being retained? Now let's talk about that. Our traditional wedding values with this new concept of the way we dress now. Yeah, fashion is evolving. Yes, ma. Fashion is evolving, and when we say fashion is evolving, it's really, really evolving. Back in the days, other things that they used to dress the bride up, like Mama Adele has rightly said, we used to dress the bride up with makeup, but the makeup was totally different from what it is now. Back in the days, they would do some stuff. Let me not be the one talking. If you know what they used to adorn the bride in, instead of the makeup that we have now, the modern makeup that we have nowadays, let's mention some of the things. Before we move on to the next thing, let's mention some of the things that they used to adorn the bride. What do they wear on their faces? How do they adorn them? How do they, kind of, and I'm not just talking about the early 80s or 70s, I'm talking about from day, from time immemorial. Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n fi máa ń kí ni wọ́n fi máa ń ṣe oge fún ìyàwó láyé àtijọ́? Let's talk about some of them. Maybe I should remind us one. I know that they used to give them osun. How did they even use that osun? They used to give them something like osun. Yes, I just said it. The one they use osun to do makeup for the bride. Sometimes they use their phone, sometimes they use tiro. They do special hair for the bride and all different kind of things for the bride. So and yes, Jenny said, I don't think this is Yoruba, but some cultures use coral beads. Yes, Yorubas also use coral beads. Hey, look who is here. DJ Mind the Gap. Thanks for joining us. Someone said some tribes use coral beads. Yeah, they use coral bead. They make them look like masquerade sometimes. Sha. Yeah, oh baba. Even up to today, some makeup artists are not so good. I think it depends on how good you are. Some put different marks on their hand. Yes, there's a special thing they are done on the bride, that they will put different designs of marks. I think that thing to me is similar to tattoo. So it's even worse than tattoo, because my mom has some, where they put ogeshishe in Yoruba, I don't know. They put some marks. They use to design some things on her skin, and it's permanent. You can't even remove it. It's part of the adornment they give to brides back in the days. So, but nowadays things have changed. Things have really evolved. The fashion has evolved. The way we dress up is different. We do makeup, eyelash extension, and all of that. I think I saw a culture where they dress the bride and groom up as warriors. There's so many tribes though. I think a lot of us just assume that the only tribes that we have in Nigeria are just Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. We have so many tribes. Sometimes up to today, they still dress some of the Ijaw brides or with all these their ball looking kind of outfit. Some families still make sure that they keep to the culture, even if they're going to change later. They keep to that culture. Yes, my mom, she said lali. So many, many, many things. Okay, having said this, let's talk about the beauty. The beauty of all these things that we're talking about. What's so beautiful about all these things back in the day that we think that we are missing out on now? What are so beautiful about the olden days kind of bridal fashion that we think that ó dùn mí gan, ó yẹ kó ṣì máa ṣe kínní, ó fine, ó dáa? Or what can we, what do we miss? Or do we actually miss anything from back in the days? Do we miss anything from back in the days? What do we miss about the olden days fashion for brides? For bride. Which I noticed that men's fashion has been a little bit consistent, so to speak, because even our grooms, you see, one work kembe, one work bada, and the Hausas, they still wear the babariga with this their woven what's it called, filler. They still wear it, but it's just we women that we keep changing. Am I right to say that men, they keep the consistency of their own fashion more than the female brides? Thank you for joining us, Mommy Tonya Shamu. Thank you, Auntie Emi Tish, for joining us. I was going to get to that point. I was just trying to control my mouth, not to be too quick to get to that point. In fact, I try as much as possible. I don't want to dwell. I don't want this topic to be just about the modesty part and the not so modesty part, which is what Mommy Tonya Shamu has just taken out of my mouth. She said all breasts are now out. The male brows. It says all breasts are now out. Brides wearing exposed outfits. We're going to come there. Ariwayalaga, thanks for joining us. We're going to get there, people. I don't want to jump to that yet. In fact, I almost titled this today's topic. I almost titled it about the exposing the brides that expose themselves. Please note that you can call us on this show. It's been a long time I received call on this show. You can call us on +447828500938. You can call us on +447828500938. You can also leave me a voice note if you have an experience. I want to share an experience, want to share something about the topic we are dealing with tonight. For those of us that are just joining us, is about how the Nigerian traditional marriage fashion has evolved over the year. We now see brides wearing all sort of outfits. We now see grooms dress up in different kind of ways. Even the beads we are wearing now, they are different from what we used to wear. The makeup is different from what we used to have. The fabrics are different. Things are evolving. Although, having said that, we still have some that has been around from time immemorial that we still have now. And we're not just talking about the Yoruba traditional marriage alone, traditional wedding ceremony. We are talking about the Nigerian traditional wedding generally. We are talking about the Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Ishan, the Ijaws and everything, but we are focusing on those three major tribes so that because we know it's so wide that we can't cover everything. And I just made mention of a statement now. I said, I noticed that men are a bit consistent in the way their fashion has evolved compared to women. Yes or no? Let me hear from you. Do you think so? Do you think that men are kept most of their Mommy Toya Shamu said the fact that they don't wear the full Iran Buba now, the grooms are always beating the brides in most fashion. Thank you, ma. The grooms still wear their full, yes. If you see, in fact, I want coin. Ejo kilo shele sawa brino. Why? My gender, my gender. My gender, my gender. The men, you see, even a child has never been to Nigeria here in the UK, even the Oyinbos, even the Oyinbos, you will still see them in our full agbada with abeti aja. You will still see them wearing the long beads, all fully covered, very comfortable. You understand? And you'll see the brides. Part of their body will be out most of the time. They will wear something so skinny and uncomfortable. I have seen where I put brides to kneel down in front of her parents to receive their prayers and blessings. And the bride was whispering to me. She said, Auntie, I can't kneel down. My dress is too tight. My dress is too tight. I'm like, hey, what can we call this one now? So what are we going to do? We can't ask your parent to stand up to pray for you. You're supposed to kneel down in front of your parents. So those are part of the disadvantages of all these latest fashions in with our brides. Thank you for joining us, Kemostik. Kemostik is here, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Ariwayo says that they wear. Yes, they still wear agbada buba. Yes, shokoto and fila. The women are sewing gown. Yeah, they're using our shoki to sew gown. And that gown self, I don't even mind them sewing gown, but the gown are so fitted. That bride, I've seen where a bride wanted to kneel down. I got pra. It wasn't funny. Yeah, Mommy Toya Shamu said, yes, it's so true. The groom are always impressive. Yes, ma. The men kept their fashion. The Kemustik only gele yiga mafisi yakwa. Hey, it is fila gele mafisi yak. Thank you for your for that beautiful commendation, sis. Yeah, Baba says agbada chokoto. I know if they could wear buba, probably they would have tried in these days. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, Mr. Chase. Oh yes, men are consistent. They are consistently they're always very on point with their full traditional attire. Yes, ma. Men still wear their outfits. Even the Igbo men, even the Yoruba men, even everybody, they still kind of wear what they're supposed to wear. Even in houses, the houses, you still see them with their barbariga, you still see them fully dressed. And I'm not gonna lie, compared to our own, or should I say, if we want to actually rate the way our young ones, especially our brides and their bridesmaids, are dressing in terms of modesty compared to other tribes, Yorubas, what do compared to other brides, other tribes, sorry. Compared to other tribes, how can we rate our Yoruba brides and bridesmaids? Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ọ̀rọ̀ ká má fi ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Nǹkan tó ṣe kókó jù nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni wípé we can even evolve in fashion, you know. Kí ni nǹkan tó yàtọ̀? Kí ni nǹkan tá a rí? Mommy Toyin Ashamu says the beaded laces that the Igbo ladies wear is nice, but not traditional. Thank you, ma. Because back they used to be George. It used to be George wrapper up and down, and the Isigu fabric, you know. Your black dress, gilly, and multicolor jewelry set is so elegant. Oh, thank you so much, ma. I really appreciate that. God bless you. Okay, now I'm talking about in terms of modesty. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, which one of us is more modest? Which one of us is more careless with what we wear and why? Let's talk about it. Because I really don't want us to ignore that part of this conversation. The part of this part of conversation about the modesty part of our fashion. I'm up for the let's pick up the call that comes in. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, welcome to the show. You're on ETO IGBEYAWO.
Oh, hello, madam.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Can I actually, I'm actually trying to call and appreciate everyone that's been supporting you.
Okay. Who is speaking? Can we know who is speaking?
My name is Mr. Oshibero.
Hey, everybody, come and see the Mr. IGBEYAWO is on. He's on the show live, everybody. Come and see Mr. Oshibero on ETO IGBEYAWO. Hey, I wish we could show his face.
I would love to thank everyone, really. Honestly speaking, from the bottom of my heart. I'll be supporting your show, you know. The show is brilliant. I'm always at the background there. You know. I just said today I must call to appreciate everyone. You know.
Thank you so much. You know, everybody, Mr. Perry is saying thank you. You know, Perry is saying people are appreciating you.
Know, I'll be joining in and time goes on, you know.
Thank you.
In and out. But it's been a good show, you know. You guys, you've done well.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
you've done well, you know. There's more grease to your elbow.
Thank you.
And, you know.
Thank you. God bless. Everybody's appreciating you anyway. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Mr. Oshibero on ETO IGBEYAWO, everybody. Let me read the comments. Hey. Oh, God. No be small matter. Thank you so much for calling, babes. I appreciate that. Okay. Lay Updated said, Ekuwajolotu, good evening. Thank you so much. Somebody said, Hausas are the most modest one. Thank you. Oh, Akoko. Yoruba is no longer modest. Opoju is no longer modest. Alashejilawa Yoruba. We started the corset wahala. And how did we get here? You know, how did we get here? Oh gosh. I'm trying to read comments. Mommy Toyin Ashamu, me one blushing bride. Abi, you know, like better thing. People said many thanks for the support you're giving to our beautiful sister. Oh, thank you. See how our moderator is blushing. My sister is in love. I'll be waiting. I could do now. Let me see. Thank you, everybody. I mean, from what we were discussing, honestly speaking, she said, thank you, sir. This is so sweet of you. Oh, thank you so much, Uncle, Mr. ETO IGBEYAWO. Okay, so that we don't get distracted, you know, we all know that when it comes to modesty, our Yoruba, I'm glad that I'm Yoruba, because if I'm not Yoruba and I'm talking like this, people will have probably come for me. Look, I love fashion. I enjoy fashion. I was even saying at the beginning of this show, I said, let us normalize being extra. I don't mind being extra, you know, wear your gele extra, make it, but cover your body now. Why? When did we get to a point where we have no respect for our bodies? How did we get to a point where a bride, oh my goodness, a bride, I'm not even talking about guests. I'm talking about bride. You know, there was a time I had a traditional wedding and the bride was meant to be sitting down on top. You know, all this special time that you say the bride should sit down on top of her in-laws, new in-laws, that she should sit down on their lap. Níjọ́ tá à ń sọ ìmú láti fi style máa fi abẹ̀bẹ̀ bo àyà ọmọ yìí ni, because even the groom's dad was so uncomfortable because gbogbo ara ọmọ yìí ló wà ń ta. You know, Hausas remains modest than any tribe. Thank you, Mommy Joanna Lukon. Sometimes I don't blame those churches that vet some wedding dresses. Thank you. I don't know if it is possible. I wish it was possible for traditional marriage as well, for us to be vetting this outfit. Please, this is not a matter of one day, old school, I beg go, what? And if you now correct them, maybe you comment on any post and you comment them, you will be hearing insult. You know, you'll be hearing things like, Assistant Jesus, which one is your own? Is it your day? Is it your outfit? Is it your breast? Sometimes some brides are almost naked and I'm so uncomfortable as an alaga. I'm so uncomfortable. I don't know how people, what can we do? Please, I want to actually ask for advice. What can we do to kind of, what my people will call kafi dekun? You can never see an Hausa bride or even their guests with their bodies outside. Even sometimes I have been to weddings where the bride's mother is almost naked. So what do you say about the bride? But here I want to hear you. You understand? So sometimes it's about the children alone, it's about their guests, it's about the this like generally Hausas generally more modest because they are Islamic roots. So modesty is valued. Islamic rules. We Christians, we born again Christians, we've seen where even the white wedding, people wear particular outfits to church for their church wedding. Everyone in church, actually, you know, what you're talking down. Reception. How did we get here? I don't even mind, kind of, so to speak, if it was guests or a bride's mother. I've seen where a bride's mother was almost naked. You know, all these Gen Z's bride mothers. You know, some of us, we have children that are getting married now. How do we stop it? What can we do? How can we raise a campaign or awareness? Because as far as I'm concerned, it has become a pandemic. It has become a pandemic. It has become an eyesore. It has become, even people that are Christians, you know, you see them almost naked. You see bridesmaids almost naked. Somebody said the church vents what people wear. But how do we, as traditional wedding, compare? We know it's not in our place to vet the bride's outfit. But sometimes I'm wondering what we can do. I'm wondering what can we do as a people, or as Alagas, or as Yorubas, or as whatever body we may call ourselves. What can we do to stop this pandemic from spreading further? Because because it's even becoming so bad. What can we do? What can we do? I'm just waiting for suggestions from people. What can we do so that we can move? Because today I really want us to talk about Abalakini Kinship. There are two very important things that I want us to discuss about on today on Abalakini Kinship. And so we're going to be rounding up very soon on this topic. What can we do, people? My major concern is, it's beautiful that our cultures are evolving. It's beautiful that our, you know, I mean, it's nice. Nobody stands still. You know, modernization, westernization, whatever it is, has influenced us. Social media has influenced us. A lot of things have influenced us, which is very beautiful. We cannot be the same. You know, the way I'm dressed today, in the next 5 years, when I look at this picture, I'm probably going to laugh at myself and say, I won't cut him how funny. When they define palogram, you know, it's so funny that you see some picture that you took some few years and definitely fashion evolves. Culture evolves and everything, but I don't think part of the evolving of a particular culture or tribe or style or fashion should be that people should expose their nakedness, especially bride. How did we get here? Let me see. Charity begins at home. So sad. Yes, ma'am. They have to start from home. You're right, ma'am. That's coming from Lee Updated. Mommy Ayodele Ogun said, only their families can actually help them. Tony, charity begins at home. But like in Tiwa, you know, you may go and hear until you're joining, but take on my factor home. What you want to go and you say, you know, charity begins at home. We have to actually train our children. We have to know the kind of children that we have. Personally, I don't think I have a child that would dress up with part of their body or most of their body outside. You are right, ma'am. Yahoo Baba said absolutely nothing. Yes, ma'am, because the jobs we are doing are being paid for. We don't see them dressed before the event. Yes, ma'am, you are right. But I think, I don't know, maybe on shows like this, you know, or maybe in churches, Yahoo Baba, maybe in churches as well, we can kind of have a way of chipping it in for the importance of modesty to our brides, especially. You know, maybe we can be chipping in. Maybe on shows like this, you know, we can share it. We can talk about the importance of being modest. Recently, I did one. It was just like a joke or a comedy. I was even speaking my dialect about how we don't even care about covering up our bodies anymore. You know, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kò dìgbà téèyàn bá lò kéèyàn tó fine. Where did we get this concept? Where did we get this nonsense impression that until a woman is half naked or almost naked, that is when that woman can look beautiful? You can look beautiful with your body covered. Look at those Hausa people. Look at them. The Northerners, they are so beautiful. They are so modest. And they are so comfortable. And most of the time, these people are not even comfortable. Auntie Yemi said, I always admire Iran Buba on the bride rather than any star. Honestly, Mommy Susan Divine Alaga, thank you, Mommy, for joining us. We appreciate you, ma'am. Yeah, Baba said, I really don't know how we can check their outfit before the event. Even if we saw them before they come out, we can't really say anything. Benny, thank you, ma'am. Mommy Susan said, Geleiga. Oh, God, you. Thank you, Mommy. We appreciate you, ma. Yemi said, some brides don't listen to their parents. We check outfits before church wedding. Yes. Before church wedding season, and you know that some people are even condemning that act of pastors checking children. Tí wọ́n bá mẹ́tọ̀ kò dìgbà tó máa ṣe ń sọ fún ẹ pé kò má wọ nǹkan tí kò yẹ kó wọ̀, but nígbà tó ti jẹ́ pé àwọn pastors ti wà embarrassed, rather than tó máa fi máa embarrass wà lójú gbogbo ayé, I will kọ́kọ́ check your outfits and all of that. I pray that God will help us though. It's very sad and embarrassing because one thing that I know about the Yoruba culture and tradition is the fact that we are from a place where Tomanpe became Nitiju. We are modest. We are people that came from very modest and well cultured kind of tradition. Bó ṣe wá débi tó dé yìí ni kò yé mi. Ó dẹ̀ jẹ́ ọgbẹ́ ọkàn fún èmi personally. Ipe kawari àwọn ọmọ wa kọ́ máa rìn wò kí làjẹ́ ara wọn wà ń ta kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tá láṣẹ. You know, and also I noticed that apart from being not modest or exposing their bodies, nowadays bride wear things that they are not comfortable. They're so tight. Corset, you máa lè débi tẹ́ pé ìyàwó nílé ìkúnlẹ̀ kò nílé bẹ̀rẹ̀. We can kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ó lè kú wa kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ratiba. I'm not sure if she be wearing ratiba, but you can still wear it. And if you want to make any dress, you can make it comfortable, such that on your own big day you are not uncomfortable. Where brides will not be whispering to alagas and say, auntie, please, I can't kneel down. Don't ask me to kneel down. I can't kneel down. And when you must be for me, I can't kneel down. My dress is gonna rip. I can't kneel down. It's too tight. Ha! Hey, Shama wá ní kí ìyá ẹ̀ dìde. Ó yá mọ́mí ẹ̀yẹ dìde kẹ́ ṣàdúrà fọmọ yín àbí ṣé bí ìyàwó lè kó kúnlẹ̀ síwájú àwọn òbí ẹ̀ bó la ẹ fẹ́ ṣe. On that occasion, what I just did stylishly was look for a chair, you know, for her to sit down. And I stylishly asked her parents to put their hands on her shoulders and pray for her. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ọmọbìnrin máa kúnlẹ̀ síwájú àwọn òbí ẹ̀ láti gba ìwúre lẹ́nu àwọn òbí ni. Ó yẹ kí àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ máa ròyìn mọ́. But gẹ́gẹ́ bí nǹkan tá ṣe sọ, charity begin at home. Wọ́n ní amúkùn ẹrù ẹwọ́, ó ní òkèlè ń wò ẹ̀wòsàlẹ̀ ó ti bàjẹ́ láti ilẹ̀. Àwọn òbí mi gan wọn gbogbo fara wọn ò mọ nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí láìda, let alone the children. Mommy MC Mona, she said, morals have gone out of our society. Ó sad. We can talk to them in polite way before the event. This is what about Soju, Auntie anyone paying for share one auntie. I know Auntie Sylvia of blessed memory, Evangelist Sylvia of blessed memory, she narrated an instance to me. This one actually happens to be her friend's daughter. When the land did so there was a lot of things that the girl was doing prior to the wedding that she was trying to call their attention to it and correct them. And after some time, this child actually told Auntie that, look, I'm not comfortable with you. I don't know how she went about it. I don't know whether one were subtle, but maybe one were too harsh. I don't know. I wasn't there. But according to her, she said at one point this child became so uncomfortable and said, Auntie, no, I don't want you. I'm not comfortable with you. My husband is not comfortable with you. And that's how they terminated the contract. And they now went to give it to another person. You know, that's what Onikalikushe you know, but so sad, because I mean, it's very heart-wrenching when I see stuff like this happen. It's so not nice. I just don't know how it makes me feel. Very, very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. You know, so I don't know. Mama Adelogun says some bridesmaids were not allowed in a church for wedding all the way, and the way people were dragging the church. Yes, I remember. I've seen a few instances of when bridesmaids were not allowed to come in, even some groomsmen. Only our groomsmen I think, I don't know what they did. Because it wasn't, you know, so they show they know they're supposed to kneel down. So why do they wear so tight dresses? But yeah, anyway, I can chip that in during, because we have meetings with family. I kind of somehow chip them in there. I hope you know you're going to kneel down at some point. I hope you're not making your dress too tight and blah blah blah. MC Mana says, imagine the nonsense style. Kí Ọlọ́run kó gbà fún wa o. Kí Ọlọ́run kó gbà fún wa o. Àṣà wa àti ìṣe wa kó má gbójú window jáde. Especially in this area of modesty. Nakedness is almost what we see nowadays. Oh, sad. Oh, sad gone. Oh, embarrassing. In fact, personally, that thing gives me some kind of anxiety, and I don't even know how to explain it. Only bó ṣe máa ṣe mí. Ipe kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan. Ní ọjọ́ iyì, ọjọ́ ẹ̀yẹ yín, ní ọjọ́ tí ó máa yẹ kó máa gbéyàwó gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́gẹ́. Tó jẹ́ pé ìyàwó nǹkan ẹlẹgẹ́ ni. Nǹkan tí ọkùnrin torí ẹ̀ dọ̀bálẹ̀ tó torí ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀bẹ̀. Gbogbo wa ti rí, ìyá ti rí, bàbá ti rí, gbogbo ayé ti rí. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? And the bridesmaids as well. You know, I just pray that God will help our younger generation. Our fashion is evolving. There's absolutely nothing wrong in our fashion evolving. Fashion is something that changes from time to time. We enjoy it and we love it. We can style yourself anytime, anyhow you like, as long as it does not reveal yourself and does not question your dignity. You know, our dignity is so important. Our culture is so important. I believe that younger people dressing up in certain ways, especially in ways that expose their nakedness, as far as I am concerned, it's a way to tarnish our image as a people. It's a way to tarnish and ridicule our culture and tradition. And I don't know if I was one of those Obas or I'm an Oba in Yoruba land, I probably set down a rule. I don't know how many of us saw recently in Benin that they said certain people cannot wear certain beads, you know, because they're abusing the corals, the real Benin bridal outfits. There was a rule that was made in Benin that they said certain people cannot just wear this particular beads because this and this and this are what they represent. And the rule came to, I mean, I'll complain one just a month, but they followed it. Maybe that should be a rule. I don't even know. Can you job any àbí mo jẹ́ ẹnìkan má pàṣẹ pé mi gbọ́dọ̀ rí kíyàwó kan rí ìhòòhò. Unfortunately, kò sí nǹkan tá lè ṣe sí. A bride used to be very demure and humble. Yes, you know, ayé ìgbà yẹn, wọ́n máa ní ìyàwó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà, rọra mi àgbẹ̀sẹ̀ lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan, òkúta ń bẹ lọ́nà, rọra mi àgbẹ̀sẹ̀ lọ. Ayé ìgbà yẹn, ìwọ lójú gbogbo ìwọ ọmọ rárá rìn. Irú àwọn ẹni tó máa ń kọ fún ìyàwó yẹn pé ó ṣe é sìn ajé. Thank you for joining us. MC Mona, she says, until parents let their children know what it entails and how important and precious the day is. You wouldn't see grooms sag or come with open buttons. I appreciate our grooms though. They are so amazing. Some of them will even wear kembe. Proper agbada dash okay pull by. You know me, anyway, don't let me be too emotional about this. We want to give God glory for a beautiful session. As I said to us, let's quickly talk about our abala kini kinshi. We can start in our own little way. We can start in our own small way. We can be the do your own little bit. Like the Tesco will say, every little helps. Let's start from our own. Let's start from our own home. Let's make sure that we that are talking today, at least we don't encourage that with our own younger ones, our children, our family members. It's going to go a long way. Let me quickly do the first abalakini kinshi that I wanted to do today. If I have time, I will do the second one. This particular one is talking about a young man. She will play let me see if I can play it. Just play a 1 or 2 minutes of the clip so I'm sure most of us have seen that clip, and I'm just wondering, it came to me that I can actually discuss this during ETO IGBEYAWO because pathetic and also very sensitive kind of so let me see if I can find it. Let me see. If I find it, I'll play it for a couple of minutes and I will explain the rest to us. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure most of us have seen it. Yeah. I'm sure most of us have seen it. Let's do this.
Tell me she was your daughter. Did you tell me she was your daughter?
Why is it?
You told me she was your niece. You bloody liar.
Man, you go do no camera.
Get out. What I want you. And you may post it. You may post it. People will know you for who you are. People will know you for who you are. You were a devil. You were a devil. People will know you for who you are. Get out of this house. Get out of this house. Choma, leave 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 this house. Mommy, back. Mommy,
now because of time, let me explain. Some of us have already seen that clip flying around. Some of us probably don't see it. That is coming from the voice of a woman who just discovered that a young girl that her husband brought home to be living with them for some time now as his niece is actually his daughter. The woman just suddenly discovered that the young child had been living with them, that the husband brought home as his niece is actually her husband's daughter. And that's the frustration. The woman is screaming and shouting and saying, you did this, Please, what would you have this woman do if you are in this woman's shoe? And now this woman is putting camera in the young girl's face and saying, go, leave my house. It's a young and a minor underage. That child cannot be more than 13, and she was simply, God have mercy. Yes, so she says majority want their face open. We've been preaching it. Yes, God, so what do you think? This is a woman that was screaming and shouting in frustration and crying and putting camera in her husband's face and the daughter. The man has a daughter that she brought home and called that daughter his niece. And this child has been living with them for some time. And the woman suddenly discovered that this daughter, this child is not her husband's niece as he has claimed, is actually his niece. It's actually his daughter. What would you have this woman do? They carry me go where I don't know. Where is everybody? Everybody's gone quiet. Because I have two to today. I really want us to know. Yeah, mommy, I don't know, it's the highest level of deception. That's true. That's the highest level of deception. You brought a daughter home and you told your wife that she's your niece. She's been living with them for some time, and the woman suddenly discovered. The woman was okay with the niece living with them. This woman is not even aware that the man has a daughter, let alone having the daughter living right with them. I know it's the highest level of deception, but what do you think this woman should do? Because a lot of people were saying a lot of things in the comment section. If it's comment, hi, I was like, Jesus. ooh, you know, before I say some of the things that the people are saying in the comment section, I will let us talk. Let's pick up the call that comes in. Hello, ma'am.
Because time is long,
thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you, mommy. We appreciate you, ma'am. Benny.
I've seen it several places online, and most of the time, most people were blaming the woman.
Yeah.
I just quickly want to chip in that one blame woman, yeah, or more the trauma so what behind it. It's not the fact that Obi Mositani, but the fact that Oshe Niomo, who knows some of who knows what the woman must have said to even facilitate the child coming in.
Ben.
Somehow she managed to find out the man. It's a very, very serious deception.
Ben.
Number one. Number two, they were blaming her out. The teenager.
Ben.
And for her not to know, only if they wanted to talk
Ben. Ben. Ben.
Not play along pẹ̀lú wọn pé ní lòun. Ọmọ náà ti wà involved nìyẹn. They both connived to treat the woman and to lie to her. And that is why they were not being fair to this woman.
No.
Àti ọmọ àti bàbá. Àti gbogbo family bàbá. Because wọ́n jọ mọ̀ nípa existence ọmọ yẹn. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún woman yìí. Which is very unfair. So ìgbónára ló fi ṣe o. Ọmọ yẹn lè kéré wọn ló wà under age tó mọ̀rọ̀ pa.
Ben.
Cover up fún daddy ẹ̀.
Ben.
I don't agree.
What do you think that woman should do, ma? What do you advise that woman should do at that point?
That's what she did. If I were in her shoes, I probably would have reacted that way.
Okay.
Later, I'll see oríṣiríṣi intervention bá wà o. Ó lè gba ọmọ yẹn padà. But ẹ̀rí lójú ẹsẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn. I will really be mad. Her reaction was okay. Me blame it at all. Because
she's in distress. Thank you, ma.
That was too much.
I know. Thank you so much, ma. I really appreciate you, ma. Thank you so much, ma. Oh, now, mommy, it's not easy. A lot of people, everybody will be blaming and talking and judging online. Ha! Until they were fear, by I don't know. I mean, the reaction of that woman is just, that was her first reaction after she heard about the incident. And she was in distress, And like Mama Adele has said, only God knows what she has sacrificed to facilitate bringing that child over. If people are now saying that, and that's why he didn't tell you in the first place. Hi. In the first place, you see that he allows it or she doesn't allow it. But anyway, I don't know how trust is ever going to ever happen in that marriage ever again. So I think it's better for us to come clean. Let me read comments. Auntie Emi said, no, let me read from the up here. Lee Updated said, honestly, I can't really tell the woman how to feel. Yeah, because that is a betrayal of the highest level. Thank you, ma'am. Auntie Emi said, you can hear the pain in her voice. That's true. She's so sad. You said it's so wrong. It should have come out clean. Yes. Mama Tonya said, you don't have a problem with him bringing the daughter to the house. I think the problem is, obviously not letting her know. The daughter and his family knew about the pain and they plan all the while they do. You can't blame the daughter. Stop blaming children for adults being silly. Well, on that area of the daughter as well, I know that Omorokpa, the child is probably confused and be like, okay, daddy wants me to say this. It's a very difficult situation for that child as well, as far as I'm concerned. It's a very difficult situation for that child because it's like they have tutored that child to live a lie all the time that child has been in that place. I cannot imagine how difficult that was for that child, knowing fully well that this is my father. And maybe the woman is very nice to her, and the guilt is always there for that child, but she cannot dare come out. I just want to say, like Mama Tonya Shamu has said, please, if we want to do any rubbish, stop involving children. Stop involving children. You're making these children feel. Maybe it happens also between couples and their children. Daddy is doing something and is telling, don't let your mommy know about it too. Or mommy is doing something, saying, don't let your daddy know about it too. A draw now. Let's leave children out of whatever we are doing, whatever crossfire we're trying to do between us and our spouses. Let us leave children out of it. We know some parents as well that put their children in a very difficult situation. They will do some silly stuff that they are not proud of. They will not let the children be aware of it or see it happen. They will not be telling the children, don't let your mommy know about it too. And the mommy will also do his own. Don't let your dad know about it too. Number one, you're ruining that child. Number two, you're training that child never to be honest. You're teaching that child how to not be honest. So we need to understand. Okay, I'm going to play this voice note and then we're going to close. Time Tilo. Becky Waremo, she says, hello, Alaga, our late comer. It's okay, sis. That child will leave my house that very minute with the husband, so I can breathe and then we will all come together and decide what to do with the child. That's exactly what the woman was saying. The woman was insisting, leave, take your child and leave. And everybody's blaming, why do you want the child to leave? I think the only thing probably the woman did wrong, I think she did it for her evidence anyway. I don't know. Maybe I won't put camera in the minor's face, because the child was as confused as anything. That child was very, very confused. The child did not know what to say at that point. The child was kneeling down, begging the woman, and this woman was just screaming at the top of her. I feel sorry for the child. To me, the victim in all of this is that child. Hey, tell me on point. Thank you for joining us, sis. The victim in all of this is the child. That's why they say that where two elephants fight, it is the grass that will suffer. Please, whatever we do as adults, let's leave children out of it. Becky Waroma says, that child can never live with me in my husband's house. I will support the child, but never under my roof. Thank you. Lee Updated said, the child question can even be a CCTV to the family, which is not healthy for her. Yes, it's probably not healthy for her. Let me play this voice note, then we can close for tonight.
Thanks for being tired.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding about
yes.
Okay, see there. Sherry, I wouldn't blame the woman the way she reacted, honestly. Blame the woman she reacted, because and for all I care, anybody would react anyhow, and I support anyhow she reacted. Everybody was just saying the girl is on the edge, dress or internet. Come on now. Come on. Who knows? I'm sorry, I'm a woman here. Question, what can we go? The seats look I my help for crying out loud, keep on my silly, and who knows, we have my she fair Nigeria. To what powerful you when you love woman you winning. What's one more when Sherry and me in Kawa shiny future one to she because woman that's the help and she understand. We are through our people long for a mafi bawi, only to go through a lot of things. Lowa Tabaka Beresini to Orishishi or sad gone. But to my journey, what I would have done differently, I might have only been freeze, no, to be honest. And by the time Timama reacts, honestly, I don't care whosoever intervened or whatever, because the whole family of Okoye, you're not deceiving. The man is definitely going out of my house and daughter case closed. They are not coming back.
It is well. Thank you so much, ma'am. That's coming from Bookinicious. That's one point that she just said that is so important. She said, who knows whether she's still actually in love or in a relationship with the child's mom. That's one point I didn't even think about. You see why I always like us to talk on this show. Probably he's still in a relationship with the boo. We've seen it now, where somebody will not finish and not say, don't worry, I'm just using this man to get my papers. And then how won't you know I'm still very young? Maybe this man is in the process of getting papers through this other woman. And then once he gets his paper, he's probably going to ditch this woman. If he can deceive a woman to this point, if you love her, she will not deceive her. He's probably going to ditch this woman and probably bring in the woman that she loves. It's very dangerous, a very dangerous game. It shouldn't have happened. And I just hope that people learn, And those that are blaming them, people are so quick to blame, they are quick to judge. We don't understand what people are going through. And I just pray that we don't ever have to experience this in our relationship. So far, God ó máa ń rìn ká jẹran pẹ́ lẹ́nu lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ lórí ètò yìí, àmọ́ òun fa ọ̀nà fún yìí náà ní ṣáá ni kì í gbà fún wa. Àmọ́ sá ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tó bẹ́ẹ̀ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, Yorùbá náà ni wọ́n wọ́n ní kì í dùn kó pọ̀, wọ́n ní kì í pọ̀ kó dùn, wọ́n ṣókí báyìí òun lọ bẹ oge. Níbí báyìí la máa fi àdàgbà ètò rọ̀ sí lénìí lórí ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò ìgbéyàwó. Ó tún di ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Mo wá ń gbà ní àdúrà fún gbogbo wa. Èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù ni mo sọ fún wa wípé lílọ ni mo tún ti ń lọ yìí. Ogun ó lọ kò dé, ogun ó dé kò bá wọn, kò ní jẹ́ titi yín lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Mo gbà ní àdúrà wípé àlàáfíà, ìdùnnú àti ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ fi yín sílẹ̀ ní òun náà ni máa padà wá bá yín ní ọjọ́ mẹ́jọ lágbára Ọlọ́run. Mo wá ń fàsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo wa wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígún, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ o. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye. Hey.
Meettheroyals.
Hey. Thank you, everybody.
Traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ̀n. Traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ni lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún ni lóye. Let's talk.
Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you.